This here is Kieran, aka DJZEE Productions on Vrchat, a 24-year-old who has done something with a child. Now, DJZEE claims that alcohol is to blame for him touching a child. You told me before, was it alcohol that had gotten you into a lot of trouble with this individual, if I remember correctly, or was
Yes.
In regards to DJZEE, there is a lot to unpack with this particular predator. Now, what exactly do I mean by that? Well, let me go ahead and show you. As you can see on screen here, this is a Google Drive with exactly 125 screenshots of just pure predator degeneracy, and 30 videos. That's the most amount of videos that I've seen. Genuinely, there's 30. I'm not making this up. I had to go back through and count. Also, how do you get recorded this many times? What is it with the last few guys having thousands of usernames? I'm telling you, these aliases are super cringeworthy, like early Xbox gamer tags when you're a child. We got Darkfire and Rage Gamer XD. Yeah, this guy is for sure on something. Regardless, I think it's time to deep dive into this predator.
So basically, I started dating a person online, another person that proclaimed that they were 18 plus. It happened for on and off for months. We was on calls just like this person that they're fighting for. It was on phone calls for absolutely hours and months, so there was nothing wrong with that. Until one acquainted evening, when we was on Vrchat, I got pulled to one side and I got told this, and basically I got called a pedophile.
Give you a quick and unnecessary rundown. DJZEE is complaining about how he was baited into a relationship with someone who had claimed to be above the legal age. This was in fact false, and DJZEE would constantly call them and hang out with them and reciprocate feelings for this underage individual. One day, someone had brought DJZEE to the side and told DJZEE that the person he was in a relationship was indeed underage. DJZEE, you're the adult in this situation. You should know your partner's age from the get-go. You can ask for ID. It's not that complicated. You rolled a nat 1 for initiative, dog. Also, to the weirdos crying in the comments, he was baited! You're weird, dude. Go back to your feet shrines.
At that point, that shouldn't have been a known issue. I discarded myself from that situation as soon as possible. Lying about age is a serious thing. You know, I didn't take no action on it because hopefully they've learned from it.
Maybe they'll learn from it. Oh my goodness, they lied to me about their age. I'm such a victim. I totally didn't reciprocate feelings for this underage victim or ask for their ID. I'm totally the victim.
You know? Well, hopefully they've learned from it. I hope they go on with their own thing and don't lie about their age again, because it affects my life more than it affects theirs. I mean, it affects both, really. There's no discriminating that. It affects both people's lives, not one for... It affects both people's lives, not only for the person that's lying about their age, but the person that's dating this person. However, the person that was dating the person that said they were 18 would get less leniency.
You can see here in this video, Sinful Zeta, or DJZEE, admits to dating someone who had claimed to be 18 plus and wasn't. In other words, someone had decoyed him and still went through with his predatory behavior and insisted that it affects their life more than it affects the victim's life. You will not get more leniency with anyone or me. You dated a child, you messed around, and you got found out. That's the end of the message, end of the moral.
What else am I meant to say?
I'm just trying to find these fucking photos you sent.
I need to find out if those photos have been edited or something's been done to them. Because I certainly know that I have not sent anything of a sort. I just gave them a long context of saying I will give them to you, but in my own time, and then I sent them whenever I could. I didn't do no flirty fucking text, because I've been accused of cheating more than one occasion, to the point where I just turn around and say, you can believe what you want to believe. I fucking give up.
on trying to fight for something that's not winnable because apparently they're so good at it.
In this video, we had just seen Sinful Zeta being confronted by someone else for sending flirty messages to someone under the legal age of consent. He has the gall to sit here and to talk about the photos being edited. And I just bursted out in laughter because why do they all say this? Why do all the predators say, "I didn't do no flirty effing text. I swear I'm innocent. It's all edited. The photos are edited." Bro, you literally sent the photos. We know you did, you disgusting piece of preda crap.
I'm
Fine shit.
sick of fucking people manipulating.
But no, apparently there's a video and a screenshot of you admitting to having her. I don't know, having her nudes and that. But I don't know. That was a while ago. I don't know where.
Again, it's a video where Sinful Zeta is sick of people manipulating him. That's a little bit ironic if you ask me. But the individual hosting the confrontation states there is a screenshot and a video of admission to possessing an underage victim's photos. This would qualify as possession of CP, and Zeta's response to this would simply be, and I'm bored as frick. Yeah, it's because you know you're being exposed for being a certified lover boy, Diddy. Gone ahead and turn this next video into an audio file for you here. You'll hear Sinful Zeta state that the underage individual wanted the NSFW images of characters, explicit NSFW images of characters. To make matters worse, it would appear that Sinful Zeta was in a relationship with the person holding the confrontation while sending and flirting with this literal child. Zeta, you are a disgusting, nasty person. Don't bother getting some help. Go straight to jail, dude.
The whole you talking to someone and sending them we talked about this earlier. Sending them photos and all that of that anime stuff. And then saying
that wasn't a lie.
Yeah, people saying that you were cheating on me behind my back and all that, and I'm like, okay.
What, sending anime photos?
Like, nude.
They wanted them.
And then, yeah, you went on about the boyfriend
okay. You want the full story?
Yeah.
No, you want to know the full story on why? Because they got banned. They got blocked as soon as they knew their age. And they wanted them. So I was like, why not? Fuck it. I don't care at this point. Because since I'm so much of a bad person, you can have them. You want them, you can have them. They're not NSFW because it's just a fucking character. It's fucking retarded. But yeah, they got blocked because they got found out of what age they are because it's quote unquote meant to be an 18+ thing.
Again, that in this clip you had just seen, Zeta was addressing sending the NSFW photos, or explicit photos, to an underage individual and states a second time that this person wanted these photos. You are an adult in a relationship, exposing a child to NSFW content while flirting with another person. You are in a relationship flirting with a child. You are a cheater, a predator, a dirty con. You are every bad label in the book and one of the worst predators I've ever been forced to meet. I wish I never met you. Also, Zeta, you admit to reusing the images that you had sent to the child and sending them to the person you're in a relationship with. That is disgusting. You are disgusting.
Mind, I'm the one that fucking is trying to get rid of the in this game as it is.
Yeah.
You know I'm still trying to get rid of Psychora, aka Pinky Nanardo.
I don't remember who that is, but okay.
Psychora Devour, which is the person that's in my country that's no and at age 32. That's actually got nudes on their phone, which actually got confiscated by the fucking authorities. They've lost 2 phones. They are facing 5 years in prison.
Video you just saw, Sinful Zeta claims to be a predator hunter, a classic case of redirection and denial. Literally every single predator that I've ever confronted or encountered claims to be a predator, exposer, and hunter at some point in their lifetime. Sinful Zeta states the predator he's going after faced 5 years in prison. That's very impressive. If that's true, Zeta, I think you should be held to the same level of responsibility as well. It seems only fair in my opinion. I'm sure in everybody else's opinion as well. This image is the image in question with a character having an arch back in the NSFW photo. This is the image that's been mentioned on several occasions. This is the photo that was sent to the underage individual by DJZEE or Zeta, who follows it up with, "You love me, really?" And, yeah, I don't think so, buddy. You're disgusting and insane. Also, if you were trying to say Riz, this isn't Riz. This is prison time, pal. Can I just say, also, if this doesn't qualify as flirtatious behavior, then I don't know what does, dude. To make matters worse, in this next photo, we see a disgusting picture of Vrchat, Z doing things with this underage individual, which I'll have to blur completely or else YouTube will hop onto me about it. So you won't be able to see the image, still you get the gist of how monstrous this person truly is, willing to take advantage of a child in Vrchat. Including this next screenshot because I got a kick out of it.
I'll be putting you in jail for cyberbullying because you are fighting with a person with special needs.
Bro, what are you on about? You literally preyed upon a child. You're the one who should be in jail. You completely misunderstand. Being special needs does not give you a free pass to diddle kids. It's similar to the autism excuse that's used time and time again by these predators. Just because you're autistic, it doesn't give you the go-ahead to do things with literal children. There are autistic people out there and people who drink that don't do anything with children. It's just that simple. I also have a face reveal here, and I'm going to be honest with you, it's exactly what you'd expect from Sinful Zeta. In this screenshot, we get confirmation that DJZEE, aka Sinful Zeta, did possess photos of an underage victim, and also went out of his way to spread these photos freely. DJZEE, I know you're watching this, and I'm not just ashamed of you, I'm disappointed and taken aback by how monstrous this all is. You were a terrible person, and the fact that you almost didn't want to talk about this with me because you were afraid of talking about it is so incredible to me, because you treated this person so poorly, and you think you have the right to privacy after this point. It amazes me. You are... The only good news that is going to come out of this whole document is DJZ's information which is provided, which allows me to make a police report, which you all should do if you're experiencing a predator-related problem. Make sure you take the necessary steps to keep yourselves safe and report the predators. Also, if you need to report an instance of predatory behavior, join my Discord server. There will be a link in the description below. When getting back to that conversation that happened a while back with this, this underage individual. You told me before, was it alcohol that had gotten you into a lot of trouble with this individual, if I remember correctly, or was
Yes.
Yeah. Can you explain how the alcohol had it affected you in your decision making, maybe, or what specifically happened there?
So I couldn't really tell you exactly how the whole thing went because I just know I was drinking heavily at that night, so my brain shot on that. I just know I was drinking a lot.
Okay. So did that
I
drinking
really can't tell you much.
lead you to do anything with that person on that night, or did anything happen on that night? I'm not entirely sure.
Yet again, I could not tell you.
So what about the photo? I'm not sure if you remember any of the photos from the drive. You probably don't want to, but there was a photo of you in I guess I'd say an e-boy avatar on top of someone else. Was this a result of the drinking? I'm assuming so, or maybe that's a different instance of something happening.
To be honest, it's been so long since I looked at that Google Drive. It is honestly a means to me, but I guess that I vaguely remember being on top of someone with a particular avatar. I forgot it. I guess it was purple.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so then I know exactly which one it was.
Yeah, like an eggplant kind of color.
Eggplant kind of color.
You know what an eggplant is, right?
On this. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm alright with vegetables, but yeah.
Yeah.
I know what an eggplant is, but I don't remember. It's a purple, is what you're trying to
Yeah.
say.
So do you, let me open with this question. Do you think, in your opinion, did anything predatory happen with this person whatsoever?
What, with me and them?
Yeah.
If we're talking now, then yes, and what I did was wrong.
So you understand what had happened was wrong, which is a great difference from what other, folks in your scenario would say. They'd be very in denial.
Well, I'd say it's more than, I would say it's more than fucking wrong, but yeah, in an aesthetic, it's wrong, yeah.
Do you know why you sent those NSFW photos to that underage individual at that time? Because when watching some of the videos, you tell us that the child wanted
Probably
these
out of
videos.
stupidity.
And,
Probably out of stupidity. I don't know, recall me saying it, but you probably relay it, and I probably said it. Shit memory, my bad.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, I mean that's okay, but it doesn't help when trying to like get the full picture and like trying to understand things. And I get where you're coming from though. My memory is pretty bad. If you remember like Finding Nemo, I got the memory of Dory type beat, so I feel you.
You know, I wouldn't go that far. It is, but no, it varies. I can remember some things, but not other things. Like, if we're talking my childhood, stuff that's meaningful, I can remember that.
Well, I'd say this is pretty meaningful. I mean, given the situation, it sounds like it heavily affected that other person, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I feel kind of really bad for them, you know, having to deal with... maybe,
well,
have you thought about it from
alcohol,
there? Yeah.
Alcohol does some really shit things, and that's why I quit doing alcohol.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't entirely quit, but you know, there's nothing from me buying a little shot bottle of whiskey and then mixing it in with coffee.
Well, I don't know, man. If it
celebrate
makes you
something.
do things like this, maybe, you know, I don't know.
I'm talking
I'm
a
like trying to
tiny
get your...
70 centiliter bottle.
Yeah.
I'm talking a tiny.
Oh,
70
okay. Like
centiliter
not like
bottle.
excessive drinking, like you're downing it after playing some Helldivers. Did you, with this photo in particular, the one with the arching that was sent to the victim, did you resend this photo to somebody else? I asked because
I don't recall sending a video.
in that video, in those videos in the drive, right? I believe you were talking to someone and being confronted by someone who I think was your partner at that time, and they were confronting you about sending these photos to that child. Is that true? Is that what happened? Because that's what it looks like. I believe there's more context there that lets me know that's what happened.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Okay. Okay, level with me real quick, DJ. How many times do you think I'm gonna keep hearing that from you? Like, is it gonna be like every single time?
You're gonna no, you're not gonna hear it every single time. It's just a thing that I genuinely don't know.
Like, okay, did you ever
It's
like
been
get
that long.
therapy or like hypnotherapy or anything to like help you forget this stuff or anything like that? Like any sort of, or just did you generally just forget?
I did get therapy for mental reasons, but that's the end of the question. That was for something totally different.
Oh, okay. Never
That
any
was
therapy for
family.
like this kind of stuff, for no assistance? No. Did you ever tell anybody about this happening by any chance?
Multiple people are aware about it, yes.
Do you think using alcohol and having conditions or mental inabilities or mental abilities is it like an excuse for doing what had been done? Like, you don't think it's like a justification for sending photos to that person and like doing things with that person and flirting with them?
Well, I don't think it's right with the alcohol in tied to it, but
Yeah.
at that point, I think I was that far gone. I just couldn't give a fuck. You know,
Yeah.
you've lost contact at that point, and then you realize that you've done something bad after it's happened.
Yeah, like you reach a point
And
where there's no
really,
return
that's-
after doing something like that. I get what you're saying, kind of like,
Yeah.
you reach rock bottom. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Do you have any sort of like confirmation for like the special needs thing? Like, is that real? You don't actually use that as an excuse for what happened, do you? I'm just out of curiosity because a couple of times
I do tell people that I have like diagnosed with autism, and it's proven by my medical records. But the autism's on a mild spectrum. It doesn't affect anything of the sort like that. Maybe in terms of how I think about things and stuff like that. Yes, but
so is it possible it was just used as like a scapegoat in terms of like the stuff back in the day? Like,
well, it's because I wouldn't say I was young and stupid, because if I recall correctly, was I about 20?
Yeah.
It was 1920, if I give or take. It was pretty much me being stupid.
I mean, a 20-year-old, right, with a 15-year-old is pretty stupid. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, that's 5 years, and it's below the age of consent in all states, which is crazy to think about. Did you cheat on anybody? Did that actually happen? From the videos, it looked like not so great cheating going on. Putting the predator stuff aside, like, did that actually happen?
Cheat? I don't know. Oh, you're talking about that? I don't know. Who are you talking about?
There was a lady that was confronting you, right? And you seemed pretty upset that she was about to break up with you because she was believing these rumors about you being a predator because, what's their face has been telling everybody about this. So
I can't tell you a person. I don't remember about anything like that. But I guess if there's a video about it,
yeah.
If I could know the name and the username,
I imagine they don't feel great about the whole situation.
It depends. Yeah, they don't feel great. But there was one occasion where someone was cheating on me, so I decided to do the same thing. If it's that one, then yes.
Well, that's kind of petty, don't you think? Like, I mean, I get that they cheated on you. You could have just called it off, you know.
Yeah, but two people stupid.
You were just kind of like.
It's one of those things.
Do you think your whole Vrchat era was like a young just experience, like just doing dumb things? Like now you're at this point where you just want to move on and grow up and get past that? You think that's what's going on?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'd probably say that.
Did you know that victim's age at that time? Like, did you fully... Okay,
I was not aware. Like I said previously, I was talking with their grandma, I was talking with their mom. They were having full conversations with my mom at the time, and everything was all normal. It was only later on in the down in the time period where I got told they weren't necessarily a friend, but I know their name, which was... And they were basically telling me that they were a minor, and at that point it caught me by shock and confusion. And
well, it also sounds like the grandparents and the parents of that underage victim, and also your parents, kind of let you down by not like asking these questions. Like, you would think that they would take precautions to keep, you know, their children safe online and make sure that you don't go to like...
You know, everyone's everywhere. Parenting, in a sense, has got more
this guy's
lazy.
boring.
With the conversation again, like I said with you, it is so easy for a kid to ask for something that's really cheap, a headset that's really cheap, and a parent buying it and not knowing full well what they're going to be doing, and it's just basically lazy parenting. Now, me personally, if, as a parent, I would monitor them. But there was no source of indication.
I'm gonna be honest with you, this guy should not be a parent.
Or anything. I
not one bit.
Just playing on the door.
So you don't have any like sort of like feelings for anyone like below the legal age of consent, right? Like what happened with that?
No, fuck no.
That underage person, was that just like a one-time thing? Like, you're not like going out of your way to do it over and over again? Yeah.
So I can say this. Originally, I think this is where I dated back when it was a year or so ago. They gifted me Vrchat Plus on my birthday. I don't recall which birthday that I remember. But they gifted it, and that's when I came into contact with them again. And I don't know. I guess I was being really fucking with feelings and everything, wanting them, and I know I shouldn't have done it. You know, it's the end of the story, and I'm glad that they've removed me off everything, and that got, in a sense, advertently got rid of me, because then that took me out of that situation, that took me out of my mindset, and I pretty much forgot.
But you should have been the one to remove yourself from that situation, you know? You feel me? Like, you're the adult, right? So I guess part of me is kind of questioning why you didn't, like, originally just... I don't know. A part of me wishes that you had stepped up. Yeah. I gotcha.
It can't be said more than just pure idiocy, stupidity, whatever you want to call it. And people are going to say otherwise. I should be shot, I should be burned, whatever. You know, I've said the same stuff to other people.
Yeah.
I disagree. I disagree with you now. And I've, like I said, I watched some of your videos, and I've been asking you
thanks,
about
man. I appreciate it. Yeah. A quick question. When watching those videos, there was one instance where you had mentioned that you were a predator hunter at one point. Was that like something you were avidly into, or just something you did briefly, or?
It was one of those things where I wanted to track down on them. I had the expertise. I got taught how to do certain, like how to find them out, use certain programs in order to source out their location and put them onto a bin of sorts, or a Google Drive.
So
But
one
yes.
of the more concerning things that I had written down here was, did you ever own photos of that girl or that child? Because I had heard a couple of different things in those videos.
So I did. So
Yeah.
I had one photo, I believe, one or two. I forgot exactly. They're not on my phone. They're completely wiped. But I had one or two of them. Yes, I did get sent pictures of them. Nothing really got to my mind at that point to suspect that they were a child.
Nothing? Like nothing at all? No features gave it away? Nothing gave it away? Was it
No.
just... Okay. Gotcha. You know, maybe I'm tripping, but, you know, I have a younger sister, and I can pretty much tell that she's obviously on the younger side. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
I had an ex-girlfriend that was smaller than me. She was about 4 foot
gotcha.
something. She was like a child.
Yeah. Do you still drink often, by the way? Like, do you still...
No.
Okay.
I drank on Christmas and I drank on New Year's. That's about it.
Gotcha. Well, do you think
So
you should
special
drink again
occasions.
if it... Like, because you seem very adamant that it was the result of everything happened, right? So, if drinking truly was...
Like I said, I drink little amounts.
Yeah. Maybe we should, like, try
There's
to
nothing wrong with having
keep
a
it
drink.
that way. Yeah, no. I'm not saying that. Like, I don't think you should, like... Well, if you see a bottle of whiskey and wherever you go... I don't know what the grocery store is called over there. What's
We call it Baumart.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
It's like a convenience store.
Yeah. Can you say it one more time? Belmart?
Baumart.
Okay.
Baumart.
I'm gonna sound stupid. All
like
the
a
British folks are gonna be like, "What the fuck did he just say?" Anyways, so did you didn't, because there was a talk of those photos being spread around. There's a screenshot in the drive where those photos of that victim have been spread around. Did you spread those photos? By
I
any
sent
chance?
it to 1 or 2 people.
Okay.
Something about that.
Well, you understand that that's not good at all, right? That's illegal.
Yeah, it was bullshit again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna be blunt with you. That's pretty gross, dude.
I stopped using the stuff that I sent him on a long time ago, though. And I get it was bullshit, but I've took myself away from that.
No, like, I wouldn't even say it's bullcrap per se. I would say, like, genuinely, dude, there's a lot of, like, disgusting stuff going
It's
on in that
disgraceful.
drive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you see yourself as, like, Do you see yourself as a manipulator? I want to ask. Like, do you see yourself as, like this person that...
But people have said that I'm a manipulator.
Yeah. Because there was quite a bit of, like, oh, you're being manipulated into believing what this person's saying. I'm not a predator back in the day, which is completely different from what you're saying now.
No, obviously, I was threatened to go into a mental institute after that one, because the hospital actually was saying how the fuck did it happen. Well, not in those words, how the fuck did it happen, but how did it happen?
Yeah.
And so I told them exactly what happened, and they were gonna suggest me to one of those mental things, obviously to work on me. It would just drive me more psycho if I was to.
So quick question for you. Did you ever do anything with that victim, like ERP or anything like that? Did that happen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, sadly, that did happen.
I'm very surprised
Not
that
too happy.
you just straight up admit to it. Like, you know how a lot of people are. You've obviously watched one of my most recent one of my videos before with Lucifer.
I'm really not too happy with it, but I'll just agree. Yeah.
And you get that, like, how Lucifer was, he if you remember that video, he was super in denial the entire
fuck that
time.
guy.
Yeah. And
On the when he was on the stairs and he was screaming at you lot or something, there was a crowd of you. I could get the conflict, but
clear,
I'm
but like
completely
you
done with the
understand
game.
what happened, and you are confident when you say these things, versus Lucifer, who's like, I did not touch her. It's like, dude, we have proof that you did. It's like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying?
Dude,
like,
I know the anime that is on is the Has-Been Hotel bullshit.
Yeah.
I fucking disagree with that community so much. It's weird in general. It's just one of those things. You may as well just get it over and done with, because I'm done with the community. Like I said in our Discord DMs, there's going to be a few occasions where I may still be around, but you won't see me. No one will see me, because I just talk to my friends that I have.
do you believe firmly? Are you a predator in your opinion? Just like the whole entire thing that's happened with all these questions I've asked you. Yeah.
What I've done in the past is predatory.
Yeah.
But have I learned from it? Yes. I don't want to interact with that bullshit shenanigans. I like to talk to people. I don't want to be known as something, even though I'm going to be known as it. I want it gone. I just want people to leave me the fuck alone. Really, let me just get on with my life.
Well, I think, and also in reverse, they want you to leave people alone. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's like 50-50. Like, as much as you want to move on, I'm sure these other people want to move on. Like, having to be haunted by situations where, you know, if you are that victim.
At the end of the day, there's friends that are still talking to me that know the situation. You know,
yeah, and that's their choice, obviously. You know, you can't change people's minds. Some people just don't care as much as some others do. And
some people can forgive and stay there and support others, and then others are in complete denial and want them shot and dead.
Yeah.
That is the honest truth. There's far more worse people out there in the world, and I'm just one of the stupid ones that did the same thing. Is one of those one-time slip-up occurrences, and now I'm the one that's been wanting to be killed.
Oh, no wonder he had a rock go through his
She was in the living room when the rock came through. If that ever happens again, I'm not gonna say that they lived there, but if it ever goes to that household again, it's going on the internet, it's gonna get spread around. But the primary focus is gonna be your channel. I'm not threatening you, but if it carries on, please don't. Please, honestly, it's my family. I'm far away from there now. I'm gone because of that bullshit.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna do anything to your family. I'm just here to talk to you. No,
it's not that. It's the people on your channel. If someone's local to that area.
Yeah, I mean, into their own hand, they're like, "Boo, predators! You suck. You stink." Which is, you know, that's valid. To be honest with you, you get how people are.
But it's attacking my family. I will.
Yeah, no. Like, yeah, they shouldn't go out of their way to attack people, especially since it's wrong to go out of their way to just attack anybody, especially if they're not involved in this situation whatsoever. I get what you're saying. Yeah, obviously I don't give any of the personal information out, any of your personal information.
I'm aware of that.
So I also, I don't know, I don't really, anyone that's not involved with the situation should not be involved whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? Like, your family, I hope, will be fine, and if they aren't, I'll make an announcement about it. I will stand up. I won't let people harm your family. So, you know what I'm saying?
Like I say, I'm not in England no more. If people really want to know, which you're probably definitely out, I'm in the other side of Europe, so I'm far away from the US.
Yeah.
As possible.
So I guess then you understand that by definition, you are a predator. You know, you understand that, right? By definition, that yeah. And I have to let you know that this will be on YouTube, like I already said. I already told you earlier. You already figured that out. And
I know. Do you remember the issues with Tech Gangster?
Oh, I've heard of him a couple of different times. Yep.
He actually wasn't a to start off with.
Yeah.
And then he turned into it. The same with his father.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And that's why he's the most famous person on Vrchat. He's not famous for the right things.
He's infamous. Yeah. He's not famous for the right reasons at all.
He made it his dream to be famous on Vrchat, and he made it famous for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, I don't know about sympathizing with him or supporting him per se, but I don't know. When you make decisions that affect other people, you know, like, that is your decision, and there's no real excuse for it at the end of the day. So, but anyways, could you leave others with advice, like if they are trying to like get into a relationship with a child or anything like that? What's your words to some of those folks doing it on VR, and like do you have any advice for those folks?
I'm sorry. What, for the adults that are trying to get with children?
Yeah. Well, what would be your take on like telling them not to?
Take a step in fucking reality, and think in the long run of what happens. Not only will you be put on a predator list, but you're gonna have the same shit that happened to me. You're gonna have people that'll want you dead, you know. And some people take that advice and think, I'm not afraid, you know, I'm not scared. I was one of the fucking people that used to grab people's IPs and pour them into a bin.
Yeah.
Now, you don't really want to bump into those people that actually know the internet and know the systems around it, because if they do, then that will go into some other body or someone else's hand, and it will really affect your life. The internet is a very strong community, and it's not just VR chat that this is. It's people come from other games to VR chat just to experience it, and then they get immersed into it, and then that carries on. Eventually it'll get to you, and then it'll hit you, and there you are. You're sat there, you're known as something. It'll just dig even more and more and more.
Yeah.
But don't date a fucking child.